But you move on and call the Chief Justice Nediana. So Nnawotwe we na President John Dramani Mahama ofane Minister of State in charge of Government Communication Felix Kwachiofor so Edibetu just a President receive Nensaka 3 petitions against the Chief Justice Maame Gertrude Araba Tokonu. No now for these petitions means we akwa the Council of State say near Ninsaka eni enti omunhwe no munyam adwuma but because emra no constitution emra say Sir President Saka petitions are article 146 or say where the petition is for the removal of the Chief Justice, the President shall, and to eno as a command, or shall, acting in consultation with the Council of State, appoint a committee consisting of 2 justices of the Supreme Court, one of whom shall be appointed chairman by the President, and 3 other persons who are not members of the Council of State, nor members of Parliament, nor lawyers. I'll say all proceedings under this article shall be held in camera, and the justice or chairman against whom the petition is made is entitled to be heard in his defense by himself or by a lawyer or other expert of his choice. The President shall, in each case, act in accordance with the recommendations of the committee. Now, I bet to Jano, Chief Justice, Maame Gertrude Araba Tokonu so Troye, the Coma President say, what is a obimo the petitions Abba President or concerning or no? Now, I want to quote her specifically so that Yegina Abwa in the discussions that we'll be having here. Or say, respectfully, in the case of Chief Justice, please allow me to submit that it is the combination of the evidence in the petition and the response of the Chief Justice. So, on the Chief Justice, the response of the Baba, and the material for consultation between His Excellency the President and the eminent members of the Council of State under Article 1466. Or say these 2 sources serve to guide whether a prima facie case has been established, such that a committee of inquiry should be set up under Article 146 to inquire into whether the Chief Justice may be removed from office. This is the direction of the Supreme Court in the case of A.J. Chum versus Attorney General and Akwete 205-206. You know, and humbly and respectfully asking His Excellency the President and eminent members of Council of State to forward petitions against me to me and allow me at least 7 days after receipt of same to provide my responses to you, which responses then form part of the material that you can, conduct the consultations under Article 146. Well, Yankwe, Nenko in Seminar President, Ekaye, and any Chief Justice so cried ya tuja. Na fedi e ba, abuma pound for her, na ya drin seminar ho. Yane lawyer, so be din komo, ni ya jin seminar ye. Ye ba isia, showy.
Mampenyu John Dramani Mahama ejina Article 146 a ewo 1992 Constitution nimu ede petitions ahodoa wode abedan no se wonyi Chief Justice Gertrude Konunu akwa Council of State se wonom enwonwene ho no ho akwan pa wode befa so sansemi obenimbo so meda neto so adununum afimpinu ene adununum yimu ena enkrata bia Felix Kwachiofor so a wokasama mampenyi na wasan so yes wa for share government communications so ensa shase no wode ebetudwa enkrata ni mu no wode atudwa se mampanyini aye krado si obedi enhihye nyina so na wode asiesie sa asem no enkrata Cletus Mahama ya woye mampanyi John Dramani Mahama chochorofo ensa shase no emu no wotwere mu se sansem okuchire egu nkrata so no benimbo so meda no to so aduonu nan afimpinu ene aduonunum yimu ene wode nyina ama Council of States empanyinfo se wonum enhwehwemu na obenimbo so meda to so aduonu nso afimpinu ene aduonunum yimu ena wonum nyina de wonsa ehyasie eno akire ene woto aso de sansem ya wakuchire egu nkrata so no ekoma Chief Justice se wonkenkan wonfa na dwenkyere emetudwa enkrata ni mu no wasan so akire mu se enkrata bia Justice Tokonu ede ne nsa ehyasie no benimbo so me de toso aduonu so afin pinu ene aduonu mimu na ebetu odwa ya na ene na mabe fonten time so ansa kura ansa na wonum enya kwan akenkan bi nanso emfa wo se nkrataa yi bi ekoto abe fonten time so ansa na mampanyini atena ye ensa eka bi no ne nyina mu no mampanyi Dramani Mahama ahye Justice Tokonu bose wonum ebefa akwan ya etene so na nhyehyɛ ya eda ho nyina no wadi so no ama ne kwan amono nso ayi ne ho ano.
Chief Justice Gertrude Saki Tokonu ade abetudwa se ensem a omanfo ekruchi egu nkrata so eye petition ede koma omanpani Dramani Mahama a omanfo ehwese yebeyi no afiri eye nakonya so ne position no ohwe anim sesa nkrata yi omode bema no se ne ekoduru ho se womo ebisa no ensem afiri mu a wotimi ayi ano sa leta yi wode kopie omanpani aso eye omanfo beka omanpani Dramani Mahama Adiato aye Council of State enim se aye petitioner nensa aka no womonso entuso anamo. Chief Justice leta ye ode akoi ehwe enim se obenya aye petition ni mu nsem no emu a ana New Patriotic Party mrashobejeni owo otafo enso ade akọ aye Supreme Court ekyere se womo emisa die ntia omanfoi enso edi petition aba montin so se womo emfan yi eye Chief Justice mrashobejeni onipa ono ene kogina mu ede ma no eye Godfrey Dame kane Attorney General na wei ana osoafo a ono na hwe Government Communications eso Felix Kwachi Ofosu edi atudwa se petition miensen womo ede akoma eye Council of State enam eye Article 146 1992 Constitution no.
All right, inti yakwakoti nsemna ego ono yemra studio na yemedi komo na ye hwe nim say ne Samuel Osebonso Esquire and so bedin komo no ye private legal practitioner on sense way but this time I'm chasing for you Peter I mean here coswing the OTA Chief Justice at least petition by and then many or Samuel Okujoto Edim komo Sam Okujoto him say no yeah the chairman for the Constitutional and Petitions Committee of the Council of State. Okay. No, I say a petition be by during Nana Adankwa for the time. No, what he did was to submit to a Council of State in addition to the responses from the CJ. And judging in a way they are different.
Okay, Medasi Kujo. Omana ya chichire no eyemra na ya de chichire omai no enti anamon bia yetu bia no our inspiration is from the 1992 Constitution.
Yeah,
I won't say the ekoswa tobo aba CJ nsem ni nyina ne say MPP for efili say omono said ya ka afidie no esowa usonko ene jaho nso a usonko said omu yusu mrana e favor omo no so bi foforo aba no obi susu sa mrana because say omo abuse the power nintine ya no omkopa bi ache omo enti obi e fa mra kwan so mpa ya bibi kura na omo kokwa apai enti omu ze MPP for lawyers are sorry na glagla ye court ye yese ya die omo ye ya ekwan ya ye de Charlotte se fa so ekwan ya ye fa so ye de Auditor General Adom e fa so wo krom ha no ye tiatia ya ye yi sankofo no furo no omo adwemu ono omo nim se sa bi na e ba abeto omo nipa enu ti na tobo ni nyina no e den e koso na ni nyina mu ono me makwase ya me believe in rule of law no program bi anu omo chaye wo ba bi omo se emra na sesen ye musa ye ho kwesen aso emra no makwan se ye betimi ayi Chief Justice Diana.
Oh yes,
that is the point we need to establish first. So per the 1992 Constitution, no, Article 146, no, is to declare the removal of justices of Supreme Court and chairman of regional tribunal.
Say no be uncontested.
Me start foundation bi. Na Ghana fo hu se the MPP fo ye ni to be asa de obi aheda ne ye kwakoyi Chief Justice na firi ho no You create impression say as the aban no and the person who you chief justice free no. And yes sir. E din kan no. Emrama kwan say ye betimi yi chief justice free o. And amra no esesen. Emra no say pe article 146 clause 1 no. A justice of the Supreme Court or a chairman of the maybe
and time to tell you the where offer the Supreme Justice
no, this is where you don't know where I'm going. A justice of the Supreme Court of which Chief Justice Neka, yes, a chairman of the regional tribunal shall not be removed from office except because I want to emphasize on the ground. So you should know where I'm coming from. Except for stated misbehavior or incompetence or on ground of inability to perform the functions of his office arising from infirmity of body or mind. Yeah. And the kind of emrama kwansi ebetuma yisije. Yes. The atosumye enyina so ben na obi betimi agina so a ye betimi aden ayisije no say stated misbehavior. Yes. Incompetence. Onye na dwuma yi. Na dwemu sabio eka no. Enti se obi to me establish any of these grounds na afei clause 6 no ayeden aba ho. Se on call petition be kwa command precedent. In clause 2 no the other justices no petition ye be kwa command chief justice no. But se efa Chief Justice Nankasa Hua, clause 6 of the Constitution, it say, Young Fankoma, the President. Exactly. And Ambrano say, yet the mock President at the next step when they say, President must consult the Council of State. Okay. Who consult the Council of State? Yeah. There's supposed to be a committee set up. Yeah. TNE, baby. Yeah. The reference now, make here now, may the OBC. President take all the steps. Yeah. Or consultation to the Council of State and not a fairness this who statement about. Okay. Maybe hold on. Who say constitution no? Yes. When will you read it, Brofosano? Yes. And where Brofuna but the Supreme Court is the one that interprets this one. Am I interpreting that? In the case Chief Justice refer, yes. Adom in her write-up will say that is a J. Trim versus Attorney General and Akwete, right? Okay. In that particular one, court say the court would therefore declare that upon a proper purposive construction of the whole of Article 146 in the context of the 1992 Constitution, viewed in its entirety, the Chief Justice must be given the benefit of a prior determination of whether a prima facie case had been established against him before the President might lawfully establish a committee to consider a petition for his removal. Now, how do you establish a prima facie? Has a committee been established? No. But how do you has a committee been established? The first point of call is the consultation with the Council of State. No. Has a prima facie case been established? No. The prima facie case is the petition from the people. No. The petition from the people, the President can remember the President can engage the Chief Justice until he consults the Council of State. And after the first stage he has done is only the consultation to us. And if you read the letter by Felix of the President has begun consultation with the Council of State. It's the process. And you only have to wait for the process to be exhausted if you have not been engaged. Then you issue the Odi Otram Passing Law, the natural law of natural justice. Now what they are doing, appealing government, say based on Odi Otram pattern, the fair hearing, I didn't get fair hearing. And based on that, abandoning men in a year. But the letter from the President, Felix of Otukwa, the President has begun consultation based on the petitions and to began consultation at all costs. You, the Chief Justice, the President will engage you. They will engage you. On try my engage you. And I'll fit in, yeah, a bit more cockot. And I also do statement Robert Monte. I deserve a fair hearing. I deserve to know the petition. Yeah. You would have to wait. Even if you are engaged, that is why the president came out to say he is disappointed in the Chief Justice because you have not engaged me. You have not even sent any official notice to me. All he could hear and I say he could see and say you are on social media putting out say you. That is what the president said.
No. But how do you even determine say was the Chief Justice the letter by?
One
Chief Justice.
No, Pacho. If your friends a petition, your friends a court as some no, the Chief Justice put out a notice say he deserves a fair hearing and he deserves to get the letter. And America say Precedent say that notice was put out in the social media before getting to him. That is why the president says he is disappointed because the president just began the process, and the process must begin from somewhere before you come in. The right to fair hearing.
Okay.
So that process no exhausted yet.
Okay.
Now we're jumping into the social media. You are shooting yourself in the back.
Okay.
So what I say, Enti Ghana for President Mama and
okay.
There's no wrong here. Ghana for be more different, 3 different group of people. And actual petition. And we're basic on Article 146 clause 1.
Okay.
I state you reasons almost to say you Chief Justice in floor.
Okay.
And I buy no and your president no and I sorry so before you Chief Justice. Name Ghana for be more and I cannot come and buy some more person you Chief Justice. And the president is only taking the steps and he has not missed any steps yet. Before jumping here
Mamen Kong Manson Samuel or Sabons Esquire, private legal practitioner in Indian Como. Lawyer, good morning. Me dance so what you things on everything come. Now, my entias here, Rana Pano, my Kaisa Supreme Court judgment in the case the Chief Justice referred to it, but who now Tim Ranase. President in your petition, what should be the first thing also here?
I mean, Nnawotwe, I mean, chair of panel and of pay, I mean, chair of the what the law says somehow is clear, somehow is not clear. Because the Constitution is just a skeleton, a fundamental law, yet it doesn't contain every law in Ghana.
Thank you. Thank you.
Article 146 have provided some procedural steps that must be followed before a superior court judge and the Chief Justice can be removed.
Yes.
Now, the first step, as we all know, is the presentation of a petition.
Yes.
If it is any other superior court judge, apart from the CJ, it should be presented to the CJ itself.
Yes.
If it is rather against the CJ, it should be presented to the president. And only the Yahu say, C. Now, the question is, when the president receives the petition, what happens? The Constitution has stated the Oba Consultative Council of State to determine whether there is a prima facie case. It didn't say the president must first consult the Chief Justice before the consultation process can be triggered. But the question is, can we take that literal meaning and we will be fair to the CJ? Or can we take that literal meaning in the Constitution and say a prima facie case has been established and therefore a committee will be established for the removal to continue? And Nona Edimusu to say, yes, natural justice is part of common law, and common law too is part of our laws. Besides, when you take the Constitution, there is Article 23, which talks about administrative fairness. We also have Article 296, the treasury powers. It's part of our laws, and of course, part of the Constitution. So the idea is that if a prima facie case can be established, then a Council of State, any president, should take the response Of course, and yes, the Chief Justice had the evidence before a prima facie. That's not what we are saying. But we are just suggesting that for a proper prima facie case to be established, at least there must be a response from the CJ, even though it's not in the Constitution.
Yeah.
But we must give the Honorable Vincent is in court trying to seek for interpretation of Article 146 to the extent that we must read Article 146 purposively. The Constitution wasn't clear. So Ajechum went to court to seek for interpretation. Now, there is no precedent, or there is no precedent with regards to this issue. The precedent that we have is Justice Utaderi versus Tiger Eye, where the court interpreted the justice now you're moving on. Yenchi or also response before a prima facie case can be established. But as to the CJ, we don't have a precedent. So that is my view.
Okay.
Court natural justice, Article 123, Article 296 are all part of our laws. We should hear the CJ first before a prima facie case can be established.
Okay, so that what can you sa akwete de ni na ajetwum de ni na de abom lawyer inti sisi aya presidency wama CJ 10 days so on fan response mbano. What is the expectation of that? And again, yenim say Vincent Senior Kayano omo Supreme Court with what the president has done. What happens to Vincent Mukase, no?
Okay, I don't want to sound prejudicial, but in my view, the suit will be moot because all the relief that Honorable Vincent is seeking for is that the president didn't first wrote to the Chief Justice for her to respond to the petition before maybe consulting Council of State. But Mr. President, I cram on some days the unfound a response and embrace. So I think the suit will be moot. That is my view.
Okay. All right. You medase, but I na ebe mo so share what happened in Charlotte Osei case, because in Charlotte Osei case, petitions in the plan in Sanka. So people try to say if you look at Charlotte Osei case, there na or request a petition, but Nensanka petitions and a committee ni baby, How is it different from this one?
So as I have already stated, Charlotte said, na the status a justice of court of appeal.
Yeah.
But this one we are talking about CJ, the head of the judiciary.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
There is a clear distinction between the two personalities.
Okay. Yeah.
When this petition succeeds, CJ na can one seminar. So she is a little bit above Charlotte say.
Okay. Okay. The lawyer with the medasi for Nchechemo when you are and pay Samuel Osubonsu Esquire private legal practitioner on Nnawotwe anything common. Solomon Santi.
Before for the purposes of clarity, lawyer so 18 but someone read it letter na Ghana fonti the tone of President letter. Oh, just 3 lines.
Also, President Mahama has received 3 petitions from various persons seeking the removal of Chief Justice. The President has forwarded the 3 petitions to the Council of State to commence the consultation process mandated by
consultation process. So all these things are part.
Yes.
They jump the gun.
No.
Because you don't. Wouldn't even say president, no.
Okay.
Nobody has jumped any gun. Nemum, I can forward baby a bunny say one kasa utri one. Ye be you a yiboni. Could you believe you me say mami we amba out in a humble manner. Antre krata ma antutu ansre o mampenis o pani chel o mano petitions na ya treaty no man copies. Now man copies we obese man no 7 days spare. No fa na no disem. The response to those petitions emetudwa. And of course we say educating young crap on the letter anymore say. I say it is a combination of the evidence in the petition plus the response e kan bomu a na betimi aboa sa consultation process na because omo betimi establish again the prima facie case. Who is jumping which gun here? Yama me later. I see 2-3 days near let petition buy. I have not been communicated to yet, but I want to because I didn't act timeously. It is at the end me sre man penima me we ma nya we and I said you can enye say ye ni presidents and senior ekasa enche bia no. Apart from Frank Ajechum case now, boy, any your friend is Derry, Justice Derry case. As well, I know Justice Derry, and this was the holding of the your friend is court. I see the Supreme Court. I see the prima facie decision required upon receiving a petition means examining available evidence to determine if the petition raises serious issues warranting further investigation. It is a raises serious issue. Be one further is going to push the committee, you know, because no, at the way they say, yeah, but how can you determine that prima facie case at the way serious? He has was here. Nipana accused and any claims against somebody. I was here now this. Even do you know say since 2018 November, the practice direction be abba court. When you say court, you know. I was said one of these witness statements. Eko kanena nka obeko jina na wakan nas ora. But he said obetro e dia ko. Na parties no ahani wenya we dia ko so that by the end of the day you call for trial na surprises will not be pulled. What him say? To person who the content of the petition and say na wakọ eko ba na say e to sa friend na wakọ jina mo anim. E na wasa say ne saka no wetime yia no within 7 days e dia among man pedi. Enti no timo say the presidents two are Ukraine nyina no sa Justice Derry the Tagapia 2016. I see this requires a response from the named respondent. If he has a named respondent or my response before making the prima facie determination. As this involves examining available evidence in a quasi judicial decision making. And so now Oba your friend is saying ese ankoma also ebisa questions be senior Kojo Anan ankoma also ebisa I say prima facie determination by whom and how. See, Article 146 requires that before the CJ sets up a committee to consider the petition to remove a judge, the CJ must establish that there is a prima facie case. However, the article is silent whether this prima facie case determination also applies if the CJ is the one against whom the petition has been filed. And if so, whom? By whom? And I'll go for see the Supreme Court in Nigeria. I don't know befa Ajechum there no. At the year analysis say the court. If the court went further to say certain things before appointing the committee to investigate to investigate a petition to remove a chief justice, no, the president and the Council of State should determine if the petition establishes a prima facie case. And by so doing, you know, there is even advice that they should get a potentially they should seek advice from an independent lawyer. And your lawyer who believe say a party who party ni lawyer and as lawyer what the others you benya obi or independent lawyer. Moma ne make a consultation process or no the court suggested to a Council of State. So yes. Send your beya also the law no be advice woman in arriving at a conclusion as to whether a prima facie case has been established or even what elements are needed to arrive to be examined to arrive at a prima facie case establishment. What me say. And when the only thing is said, Omampeni aye send ye embrane children on your Nisaka petition. I say me answer. Immediately we forward your friend is saying Council of State. And yes, sir. Thank you. Anke hono e was say one on Council of State certain consultation process, you know. Then taking a look at a presidency, you know. Next was so much the response of the Chief Justice, you know. Normally they establish whether there's a prima facie case. Intino, Sebi, you establish a committee, and as there's no prima facie case, it has Yembongu. But here, the CJ acted timeously to ensure say.
One is the timeously.
Oh yes. Oh there. Me say one can say Ghana. You know what? We know what is going on in Ghana here.
Because
Because
problem.
No.
You are being hunted by your own this.
Your friend is saying.
Oh, everybody wanted
your friend is saying. What kasa ama obi lawyer na kire was say. CJ no issue no is a bit different from Charlotte Osei.
And the difference, no.
He told you
so. You here or the ultra part.
No.
See a best one you here. And I'm
never win. We are so. No. You don't you cannot make your comment. I detest the ideas compare apples with oranges, right? So once the learned friend senior has said, he said, no, it's a bit different. No, I take it. What you say, and you also agree to that. But near woman is saying, my many just acted timeously to make sure say Sebi Obeka sabi tiri na anko wie chire say ye yine ibone, and I commend her for that because she herself has stated in the letter say obey CJ no and say no be say enumo sahin bi abanenim on the removal of other justices of the Superior Court. Emma said you follow the due process now. Answer no be establish prima facie case no making sure say obey the responses of judges no they are to petitions na ba tia woman no. Now one yes side no ko tia one side enya odi o trepatem kru ye na u bridge.
Bridge here. One bridge.
Say u ko tia one side they are established say will there a prima facie case or not no. Prima facie case is the evidence plus the evidence in the claim plus the response of the one petition about Betiano. And nobody can see any. To show that there is a prima facie. Then, when they go to the committee now, Asana, obe contenders or evidence be concerning Nema Yatra evidence. No, contender. Also, the BTC. That's it. But the prima facie case must be established based on two things.
Okay.
And the two things are the evidence contained in the claim made by the petitioner, plus the responses of the one who has been petitioned against.
Okay. All right. Yo, hold on, Peter. Also, I will share with you between Afre. Near Tia Wajon Tia Fra, to my friend 03022111701, 03022111702, and 03022211703. Na ya found anyways in common. Just there fra about the natural baby free fina more some way tia. No yanko so etum na when you be waka. Yes and there. Okay, let's see. Let me try and read them commenting. Also, there is on our page. Also, the removal of the Chief Justice is guided by the Constitution of the country. Personally, it's worth noting. It's worth nothing to petition against the Chief Justice. In this case, I believe President Mahama should respond to Chief Justice Tokono in a request and send copies of the petition to him. But that I can say is a yes. The presidency has sent the petition to the Chief Justice. Ebenezer Odro Mensa and the way if he agonan kwanta me crew medeba to Facebook. Sydney Noya say you cannot wake someone who's pretending to be asleep. Okay, all right, you. Thank you very much. We so Eric Gedan so say good morning, bro. Okay, good morning to you too. Well, wait my friend. Now you know Edding Komo 0302211701 0302211702 0302211702. Mefa the calls me ba mama munyina no minutes na mo dey wrap up na ego. Awal, good morning.
Good morning.
Me ba jo mama ntie we.
We dey make us free ahafu kukum.
Yo.
That's good. Na memfasa kwanya isu na mencha ahafu kukum fo nyina. Ghana ya tensem so. Not the whole nation. Your container, Ghana container, at me a year free. You can have a habo, a blah you. And yet the bomb was Ghana for me because say habo crown yet me a near ma upon script agencies here.
Ghana. Yo. Medasi Awal, Mamanko Mohammed, good morning to you, Maminteo.
Good morning. Pastor Nampum today.
Yanko Ponda Champa Papa, I'm getting there also way.
Yes, Pastor, Especially a Jurassic Massive.
Okay.
Chief Justice has said, no, me, my journey, me, need to watch it. Resign, because when I follow more, we to me, Baho, before no, not say, a buying for Fraba, yes, or better not to could have been to Sunan Casacano, so Osaka, or Bugana, you give this anymore, me that was winning a miniature.
Martin Mohammed, but or they are careful.
I say it is without that, this is without the Loma, and any case.
Yo, Martin, Mohammed, but or they are careful. Anytime there's a change in government, you pay some heads of key institutions, or they actually. Ebenezer, Ebenezer, good morning.
Good morning.
Mamintewe. Ebenezer Mamintewe.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I mean, I don't know who you say.
Masumuye Papa, senior.
Pocho, Damusu swing there. Obandama, was the Insaraka, Oye, and judicial system. Obandama Ghana is at risk. There, happen there, judicial should be independent.
Sure.
Whilst other arms of government should be independent. But about that, we interfere with the judicial service now. Although how no sue although to a man but president the unity or the judicial so all independent. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now man as being blamed. About the tension I didn't never be busy, but go for super phone what I am onset no factor. And that's the money I mean.
Masu Madase and Ebenezer Nasamono ties in with what Samokujuto said there. Obeyanke in the okay, no, that was Professor Bafo Adjumandia. Also, Obeyanke in the next constitutional review area, the appointment of even the Chief Justice should not be the soul of the President. Also, Banama, like Ebenezer is saying, the political interference, you cannot take it out there. Alatusha, good morning.
Electrician, officer town.
Eddie?
Electrician, officer town.
Electrician.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That's more power than me. Giddy said, "I'm going to watch Washington too." I'm saying, "Oh, quite ye."
Me quite ye. Many about
yeah. Washington too. Quite ye. My Bob, as say, with the Ghana, Yanti, obey Magana for what in your coso. Now when you're quite ye, they come and chat what Ghana for in an I'm in charge lawyer offending. Me man for how pussy, and now I am people coming to my. I don't bother. Unim, oh shit, near my position here. Come here, say. Ya toye kari TV akotoka kwa say minister yedi Ghana to me amount utimbe press conference S1 no wako parliament ye oka obeye any different oko parliament different say and the electricity cable and ayire fi tamabo na la je mo se nyina yedi Ghana ye bia no obetuma ka chepso light Ghana ni bia nya papa and this say MPP and this ye on pass two parties me ni na say yedi electricity ni amabeba na yentimini warehouse say be ni mana kuku se company ni nya te 100 Ghana no wo betua no be yi ba ko a ni nya ni ejama ni mana gua ama ya ka kire se ni no company ntimi yi na be ye say obi wi aton ye be sere se Ghana ni bia nya light nti sa na mo mi ni we am pipi na DC na me aye say ye to kotomono ni ye da se obi say because ade ye nya se me kra me ni ama papo na mi ntimi ya mi no no ye kuguni warehouse nya se ba ko na metima po yi a na warehouse na dia mame na matua nka nti ye be ka kire ye say ye di electricity ne wa biguo ye ntima ye Ghana aban warehouse ntwe ne kakakakra na ye de be ye say ye play game MPP mre na yira ye andi simre na ye ya dia na Ghana ye wo akwanye chanti ye bi se minister no ntimi chekire mu yi na yi CG phone point phone na se bi de bia o mu ye connection akase kese no Ghana ko ye bi se o mu ye mi kire no ma pa ye
Marty, Medase, Yanko na menye Achu Slim Nzinkomo. Achu Slim, good morning.
Good morning, Afakajo.
Mamintewe.
Afakajo no pa uba juma magana mai, eni se shube kwa mai. Mamintia eda Moses Kofi a wo so mpre. Otie mu dedende. Afakajo poto kasem ya frebro fubi, ya se punch you neighbor punch your dream. Etu yonkuma se etu eduam. Ya kai pa ta wana MPP for power. Na ya mame bibia yes arato say on person mu yinu na ope kope keke ma me kan o man fa kope ni bia ma no mu yinu free ni post bibia owo then na wa chief justice o call for kope ɛwɔ petition ho na ɛyɛ me de sɛ John Mahama de yɛwura ɔno de ɔyɛ nipa mu yimu ɛna wɔnyɛ tintintintin te sɛ MPP fo ɔde kɔpani bɛ mama me no na mama na hu sɛ nyɛ ɔno John Mahama ɛna ebi a ɔpɛ sɛ oyi no firi hɔ na mmom ɛyɛ n'adwuma a ɔbɛyɛ yɛ ansɔ Ghana fo ani ɛyɛ n'adwuma a ɔbɛyɛ yɛ a wɔyɛ nipa mu yimu ɛyɛ adwuma a ɔbɛyɛ yɛ a yɛfii sɛ ɛnyɛ yakoma so ɛsɛ nti na Ghana fo mpanyinfo bi sɛ yɛwura John Mahama ma mi nsɛ mfatanti no firi hɔ na menim sɛ maame ankasa ɔsɔkɔ pɛmu na sɛ ɔkenkan a ɔbɛwu sɛ ampa Ghana fo deserve sɛ ɛwɔ so mu yi free sa post na ɔwɔ no mu nti wadaworo ma akismi ne makra meda ase
yo meda ase akismi na ɔde atuslim de bae no hey ɔde hye ba bonsu mechia maame te wa so
ɔde hye ba bonsu ni ba mechia
maame te
ni na what say
yakopon da che papa maame gidi da che wa so
abo maame che be fo na abo so aye twi se incoming national chairman Jombo da kese ona ma ha kursi Yasin Koto man kambo amaji party amagana maya. Adie ni be pamicha potosia so hu mugabi. Onye woni bibi. Kamya yese ye twese bidia to ho. Na bofu ni so ba wi ado ti anko hu ni yi. Na no yanka so obi ko fa nya no dru. So we ba no we ba nti enko fi japai. Because yese we say enye military dictatorship. A civilian. And what's the name of the view? When you have a to a young person, Pensibuno, a better one cardio Yamatuka, container, Abbey. San Nano, your kids say, will be a good district, million. I told you quite a class with you. That's what I've done one thing. That's what we continue to go coach here. Yakwana by your mom running in the Juma. So not only about neighbors, but differ. We are to Mamma Congal Amen. I know I'm
what is about Peaceman? Good morning. Peaceman, Wahomanda, another way if you do call. Okay, well, so my friend 0302211701 02211702. I can just pick one last call. Now, Friday, yeah, they wrap up or day. So, Peaceman into me, but you better me any pack or that count Friday. Yeah, so do in the next 5 minutes. 0302. Okay, so Frank is our last caller. Frank, what's then, Maminteo? Hello, Frank. Good morning, Frank. Oh, Frank, main television or the phone or the names come on. Okay, all right. Yeah, last caller now after, but once we wait for our last caller, member studio. Solomon, let me pick your final thought.
My final thought. Senior lawyer Owusu Bonsukan, no. On person will preempt what the court will say. Our echo as a for honorable case, but with precedents, you know, any the principle of mutu, you know, to me say as an assembly. At dinner or Shoshan and Casano. They say you claim, so there's no issue, there's no controversy now.
Okay.
Once there's no controversy, a dinner sooner I judge for no quack.
Okay.
What me I say? I deny at that time, Sadi any film any concern at the end. And this also Ajobreo. President to an among a Yamra so yes, see, yes, a appeal. I know so and so ejinamra kwan so but dey back was say tia se ye kase Ghana mra enye enu kwan ne dey ya tworo say constitution say be your legislations your statutes your orders regulations other things so dey your judicial precedents eyemra say dey wo ka say article 2 and article 130 no etimi emma a judge for the Supreme Court the powers of interpretation of what is in this. The same way, send here Article 33. Also, your friend is saying High Court so ultimately interpreting human rights so any fundamental freedom on say yes, send here yes interpretation now. Ebe ka emra no ho. It is send here Yera Dr. SK that a ban in Frank Ejekum versus your friend is saying Attorney General any Bright Akwete no. Any dairy case, you know, sending in both, you know, the courts as established say it was said to establish a prima facie case, you know, it was said evidence now when ya from the claim na nipa no petition and the buy, you know, it was usain su enya the second part a compliment and wait and that second part is the response of the person that has been petitioned against. That is
Gideon Kojo Esel on Facebook said, please plead on behalf of the YEAs to be paid because we have not received our salaries for the past 3 months. When you Peter Wohai the Amemfan Sumau. Gideon say omsre aban. Why for no yentuamuka?
Na Malik Basintali is in charge. He's really working out, trying to sort out, restructure the system.
Okay, Gideon ma Peter can you make it obey them. So Peter, let me pick it.
Edin kind, Mestre Ghana for there's no judicial interference here. Emra and a juma. And you I'm starting my submission. Me say Emra will claim Emra ma who can see it me Chief Justice Nana. Article 146 I clarify that. And more high impression say a judicial interference patch way and yet judicial interference. Emra and a juma. The etosum you know me patcho me can say in the statement no Precedent can say well receive petition. And at the next line, or said the President has forwarded the 3 petitions to the Council of State to commence the consultation process. And the consultation process, engaging the Chief Justice is part of the consultation process. Now, Chief Justice ni MPP for na koko bibliochi womona womoye den take action now and omo to say the President Mahama aside sideline obi papacho. President Mahama is following the law and is guided by the Constitution part. Oh, Mami Voman, Mami, you have 2 minutes. And then I'll pass on Captain. Mami, making me last point. Oh, Mami, making me last point. My last point, you see, the law, the principle of natural justice, the only utterance pattern, fair hearing to it. It is not limited to only few people. So why now, Marshall, say, you were against the principle of natural justice. And then President Mahama
say, please, no. Medasi, Nnawotwe Jumedi, Mamincha Vida, Mamincha Vida, watche, and David Asiedu, Ochina, Oyamemenda, Memenda Crorbe. 5th April, Oyada Warrior War engagement ceremony war Oye Mfuma Disco Pentecost Mission House near Disco Pentecost Church. Okay, and see me wish you all the best. Nyame adoma yebasari yesha, and as well as Joshua Bible, I greet all of you. Nyame adoma say yeah. Now to me good morning.